And we're back into game two. Mike Bob, Asmo versus Rude Dude's NervBervman. I think this game is gonna tell a story. I think that we're gonna see really the true hearts of our two Protoss players. Starting with in the bottom left corner, Rude Dude's NervBervman, our gold Protoss player. Down a game, can he make it up with his 4-gate? Or will our blue Protoss player, spawn in the top right corner, Mike Bob as Asmo, will his 4-gate reign supreme? Will we see a not 4-gate from either of these players? Nobody knows. Alright, that's probably really annoying and not very interesting. Alright. And we have the pylon on 9 from Mike Bob and the pylon on 9 from NervBervman. And we have Proby going on a trek. What will he find? Who will he meet? Why did he bring that crystal with him? Is he hoping to cash in minerals at a foreign bank maybe? Is he a traitor? A spy? I don't know. We'll find out soon. Both players with identical supplies and identical, probably chrono boosted Nexus. Yep. Nothing really to report, just the trek of Proby. If I knew how to follow that probe on this, I would, but unfortunately I don't, because I'm just the worst kind of observer. So we'll just have to go with it. Do I disable hit point bars? Is that a thing that good observers do? I don't know. I'm not an obs. I'm just a caster, and sometimes a player, and a full-time student. I have a job right now, but enough about me. Let's talk about this game. So both players, Mike Bob going for 2 gases. Alright. Mike Bob will not be 4-gating. I don't know what kind of tech this will be, but this will be some sort of tech play. You don't get 2 gases when you're 4-gating. Nate, going for the 1 gas, probably going to 4-gate. So we'll have to see. I say so a lot. I'm so sorry. We'll have to see if Mike Bob's techie, I'm going to do something cool play. Oh, he's doing the build that I told him to do, I think. We'll see if his I'm going to do something interesting play is going to pan out, or whether Nate's 4-gate is just going to crush him, as it has crushed so many players in the past. Getting that cybernetics core. Neither player really prepared for this match. Nate, I think, played his 1 practice game against me before this started, and Mike Bob played 4 or 5 games, ladder games today. They might not have even any of them been PvPs. So it's not like either player is really prepped with some sort of strategy. I think they're just kind of flying by the seat of their pants. Proby, chillin'. Oh, going to explore. What will he see? There's got to be an Aladdin song. Not Aladdin. Little Mermaid. There's got to be a Little Mermaid song that starts like that. He sees the Robo. That's awesome for Mike Bob that he's getting Robotech. It's nice to know that we're not just going to see Gateway. A good counter to 4-gates, because 4-gates tend to be so stalker heavy, is to pump out like 1, 2 immortals if you can get them. And that plus the mothership core. Nate's going to have a tough time breaking this with a 4-gate, especially considering that he's taking a 2nd gas now, and subsequently can only put down 2 gateways. Oops. Give him a second. No. 3 gates. 1, 2, 3. 3. What? Ooh, is he going for Dark Templar? That might be a play. Let's see. In a second, let's see if Nate throws down a Twilight Council. Mike Bob getting an expansion. Wow. I'll admit, I was a little skeptical on whether we were going to see anything even resembling an expansion from either of these players. Both of them basically known for 4-gating. This is awesome. And a Forge? Yeah, this is kind of the build that I was discussing with Mike Bob. It's a nice way to protect yourself from a 4-gate. He's got that early mothership core, and if Nate's 4-gate comes after this finishes, then you throw it on Photon Overcharge and you're basically safe. Meanwhile, Nate banking a ton of cash, not really sure what his plan is. Getting a mothership core. Where's this probe going? Is he going to expand too? That would be, yeah. No, he built 3 stalkers somewhere. Three stalkers. Oh, that's embarrassing. Yeah, no, they're building. He doesn't have warp gate yet, so they're just there. Yeah, and he cancels them because he realizes that warp gate's done, and he has a shit. Oh, yep, throws on the Nexus. Awesome. So both players expanding. That's cool. Nate gonna lose his pylon and get supply blocked. Oh, you betcha. 3, 2, 1. I'm bad at counting, and supply block. Yep. And that immortal. A single immortal is equal in cost to 2 stalkers. I think they can take like 3 in a fight easily. So that immortal basically ensures that these guys are useless. Mike Bob moving out now. If Mike Bob moves out without a reinforcing, oh, did Nate not expand? Nate didn't expand. Nate changed his mind again. What? Nate, he can't make up his mind. I think he's just gonna go for it. Maybe he's got so much money and he's throwing down 3 pylons, so he'll be able to spend it in a minute. He's posturing like he's gonna take an expansion. I can't believe. And he's so much saved up money, and I think he's just afraid to. I think is what it's coming down to. He wants an army to protect the expansion that he's now throwing down. I think if you look at the minerals loss tab, yeah, he's lost 2 units and that many and 300 minerals. So 100 comes from that. The pylon he lost. I don't think he lost Proby. He lost 200 more, and a Nexus cancel is 300. What was the other unit he lost? I have no idea. I mean, even if he lost Proby's only worth 50 minerals. Whatever. Anyway, back in Mike Bob's base. Mike Bob is comfortably ahead. The supplies, he has more supply. He's got his tech up. He's getting a third immortal, which means that Nate will need an infinite, he'll need like this many stalkers just to take those 3 immortals. If Mike Bob adds on any other units with his composition, he'll blow past Nate's stuff. That's his 3rd immortal still. He's got his base up. Unit counting station, 44 probes to 22. That right there is indicative more than anything else of how hugely ahead Mike Bob is currently. Oh, and Nate's moving out. Any other day, I would say this is an incredibly strong attack, but no reinforcing pylon. He's going to be up against Nexus Overcharge. He's going to be up against 4 immortals, as Kurt Anderson would say. He's 4 bloody immortals. I don't see Nate being able to push through this unless Mike Bob grossly mismanaged. Like this pylon, $20 saying this pylon goes down before any of those immortals do. Yeah, here comes Nate. He target fires the pylon first, giving Mike Bob some free extra shots at his stalkers. And look at those just melt those stalkers. Oh, alright, go Nate. Nate sees he's losing, recalls back to his base, which is great, but he recalls back to his base with basically nothing, and he's remaxing on stalkers. That would be great if he saw a ton of stalkers or phoenixes from his opponent. 5 bloody immortals. I'm channeling Kurt Anderson now, because Kurt Anderson's always right about everything, and I want to be right about everything, because otherwise I can't tell you what's going to happen if I don't even know what's going to happen. Mike Bob getting his Colossus Den, as it's been affectionately called, so that he can start building Colossus with his enormous supply lead, saving up, because even when you're waging an interstellar war against an enemy of completely equal theoretical forces, you still want enough money to send your kids to school. Nate, wow, I'm sorry, I completely missed this. Nate going for Void Rays, because we all know Void Rays are a good answer to Immortals. Immortals can't shoot up, so if the armies trade and Mike Bob's left with 3 Immortals and Nate's left with 1 Void Ray, Nate is technically ahead. I put that technically in quotations, not that you can see. If we look at the army value, we'll see that Mike Bob's army is a bit less than twice as big as Nate's army. That sucks, but Mike Bob doesn't have a supporting pylon here, and he's gonna see the Stargate. He's gonna see that Nate is gonna be building Void Rays, and if Nate's economy is kind of awful, and his he's also trying to get DTs off of this, maybe. Nate's Nate's just really, he wants to be on 3 bases for all this tech that he's doing. He already invested in these. Get more. Mike Bob, of course, is going to build stalkers to counter the Void Rays because that's what he has available to him. And stalkers are incredibly bad against Void Rays, almost as bad as they are against Immortals. So if he were to just throw up another Stargate and just constantly pump out Void Rays, and he were to, engage correctly, you would definitely see Nate being able to carry the day, as long as he was smart about it. He doesn't want to keep pumping out Void Rays, though. There we go. Alright, he started the Void Ray production again. And I'm sure if we wait a minute, we're going to see a Dark Shrine go down somewhere. He's getting Blink. Interesting choice. Getting Blink, getting upgrades. I mean, Nate is going a very techie route, but he just has no economy behind it. Mike Bob should really take a third here, but I guess if he took a third base, he probably couldn't send his second child to college. What if he has twins? Mike Bob goes to RPI along with me. Everyone knows RPI is enormously expensive, so Mike Bob doesn't, he wants his kids to have options. He wants them to be able to go wherever they want. And I can't fault him for that. I just can't. I would want my kids to be able to go wherever they wanted for school. And Nate is gonna throw these stalkers away for no. Oh no, Mike Bob's afraid. Mike Bob's like, why is he sending 3 stalkers on the map? It's cool that he's getting vision. Mike Bob has Blink too. Mike Bob's just casting by yourself is hard. Okay, I'm sorry guys. Nope, that's Mike Bob's probe. So Mike Bob, they're taking his third. In case his children's trust fund wants out, he wants a good job to fall back on. And, the units lost tab tells a story here. Nate has lost 5 times as much, almost, as Mike Bob. Mike Bob has 2 upgrades on his units. Nate's units are still 0-0. Mike Bob has a ton of units. He's got 12 Stalkers, 4 Colossus, 6 Immortals to Nate's 14 Stalkers, but only 3 Void Rays for tech. He got Blink, which is great, and he got that second Stargate, but I think it's just too late. Mike Bob is just going to hammer him here, and he's not even getting Photon Overcharge, no Photon Overcharge. Look at the Mothership is still alive. No Photon Overcharge. Killing the Colossus, it's a lot closer than it should be. It's actually very close. Wow, it's really close. No, kill the Stalkers. Oh, if he had killed the Stalkers and he had used Photon Overcharge, probably could have held that. This is an experience thing. If Nate had been practicing a little bit and he had really thought about it, I think he would have been able to hold that. But as is, these Immortals going to town. This Colossus has only 2 kills on it. 4, 6, 15. That's cost efficiency. You can't compete with that. And he's warping in. One of those Immortals could take down what Nate's warping in right now. Just target fire the Stalkers. You don't need to kill the Colossus. Look at that. 1. No, and you don't need to kill the Immortal. Nate just showing his inexperience here. If he had just killed those Stalkers earlier on, he probably would be in a much better position here. As is, he's going to be able to hold on for a little while. No, he's not. He never got that Stalker. With 2 health, the Stalker saves the day. With the GG, Mike Bob takes it 2-0 against Rude Dude's Nate NervBervman, our yellow Protoss player. So, that was it. Thanks for watching. These are going to be uploaded post-haste, and I expect all manner of 8 Brazilian people to be